If you're looking for a home here in the Atlanta area and you like historic charm, you want walkability, and you like the eclectic vibe, well, there is a quirky and whimsical neighborhood that you must check out, and that is the neighborhood of Cabbagetown. I'm going to walk around this whole neighborhood, give you a full tour, talk about what the home styles and prices are like, so stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Molly, where I talk about all things living here in the Atlanta area. If you are looking for a home, you need help with your home search, trying to figure out where to live, that's what I am here for. That's why I make these videos, to help you out. But reach out to me. Let's talk further about your home search. My contact information is down in that comment section. But you guys, here we go, Cabbagetown. Let me put this up on a map right now and show you where this neighborhood is at. This is an in-town Atlanta neighborhood. It is the tiniest neighborhood we have here in Atlanta. It's not a very big neighborhood, but it packs a big, cool punch. So this is kind of like a little hidden gem here in the Atlanta area. Very quirky, but it's about 4 miles southeast of the Midtown area. Getting over to Midtown, that'll take you about 10 to 15 minutes, just depending on traffic. Airport, that'll take you about 20 to 25 minutes. In Buckhead, it can take you up to 30 to 35 minutes. It just really kind of depends on traffic. Of course, if there is a lot of traffic, add on 10 to 20 minutes on your commute. Now, Cabbagetown is a very compact, very walkable neighborhood. It's full of color, both in the color of homes and all of the murals and art that's in this neighborhood. I would say this is a very artsy neighborhood full of artists, musicians, young professionals, older people. It's a great eclectic mix. And you can see right behind me here, I'm walking along this wall full of murals. This is kind of like a sound wall. On the other side of it is a big train station, and also the MARTA line is running along there as well. Now, if I kept following this all the way back this way, I'm going to eventually hit the Beltline that kind of intersects between Cabbagetown and Reynoldstown, and if I went up north, I'd get over into Inman Park. So it's super easy to get on the Beltline in Cabbagetown. Now, the Beltline doesn't technically run in Cabbagetown, but it is so nearby, like you have very close access. So stay tuned. I will show you more about the Beltline here after a while, but I'm going to keep walking down here on Wiley Street, and I'm going to walk over to one of the main landmarks of this neighborhood that makes it so unique. So hang on for that. Now, if you ever drive by this neighborhood, especially if you drive along the edge of this neighborhood on Moreland Avenue, you're going to notice this building behind me. This is called the Stacks. It was an old Fulton bag and cotton mill that started in 1881. It closed down in 1977. So they made textiles in this factory, and basically the Cabbagetown neighborhood was made to basically house all the workers that worked in this factory. Now, in 1995, I believe, they converted these over to lofts. So if you're looking for a cool, unique loft with exposed brick, 20-foot soaring ceilings, this is one condo complex you want to check out. Now, I have a full tour of this building on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out if you want to know further about it. But main thing, for a one bedroom here, on average right now, you can get a one bed from $345,000 up to $440,000 on the higher end, and they'll get you just over 1,000 square feet. For a two bedroom, you're looking at anywhere from $519,000 up to $690,000, and that'll get you on average at 1,600 square feet. So very cool building. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it is a gated complex. It has a pool, it has a gym. One thing you're going to notice though is that the MARTA line runs right alongside it, so you're going to hear the rumblings of the MARTA train that is very active. It swings by here every 15-20 minutes. So even if you live in the Cabbagetown neighborhood overall, you're going to hear a little bit of that hum noise, especially if you're living on the northern part of this neighborhood. But yeah, cool building here. And in terms of condos, this is mainly the only condo complex that you're going to find in Cabbagetown. There's like one other one, but On average, you're going to be paying around $453,000 for a condo here in the Cabbagetown area. Now for a single family home, you're going to be paying on average $653,000, and that will get you on average a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, just around 1,300 square feet. Now there are 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom homes, not as many. This is a neighborhood, you know, if you're looking for a huge home and a big yard, this is not it. And you will see as I get further into this neighborhood, this is a very condensed neighborhood, small lots. I'm talking like 0.10 acres. So you're kind of on top of each other. You have to be very friendly with your neighbors because you're going to be very close by. I'll talk more about that, but let me walk down this street, which is called Carroll Street. It has a little bit of restaurants that you can walk to. So I'm going to show you that next. That's a sweet little row of restaurants right there on Carroll Street, right? Okay, so I told you, don't expect to find huge homes in this neighborhood with huge square footage and also not big lots. And you can also notice right here that some of these homes are really close to the sidewalk. Another thing to be on the lookout for is not all of these homes are going to have off-street parking. In fact, I'd say more of them are going to have no parking off the street. You're going to be parking along the curb. So that's another thing about this neighborhood, is that the streets are narrow and they are typically congested with cars parked along the side. Now I'm going to swing around here and show you a home example here that had recently sold. But one thing I will tell you is that if you really like what you're seeing here in this neighborhood, it may take you a while to get a home here, because I looked in the last 365 days, there have only been 8 home sales in this neighborhood. And in fact, there's only been 3 home sales here in the last 6 months, and they go pretty quickly. They can be competitive. So if you want something here, it may take a little bit of patience. Okay, so for my first home example, it's right behind me. This is a small little cottage, very cute inside, decorated very well. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, just over 1,200 square feet. So it's not very big, but it has a very open layout. It's been renovated. It has some of that shiplap going on. Small backyard, but very cute, and it does have an off parking space. Now, one thing that I think is so charming about this neighborhood is that up and down some of these streets, you're going to find these little shotgun houses. In fact, I've got a bunch here to my right, and then I've got this cute one. I always adore this one right behind me here. And a lot of these are going to be 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's all kind of one linear layout with the bedroom, living room, kitchen, but they can go for anywhere in the 500, 550 range. So they're kind of like a glorified condo unit, but you get your own little piece of yard on some of these. So very cute option. And I will say another big thing here is a lot of these homes I've seen have been used as Airbnbs, rentals, that kind of thing, and that does really well in this neighborhood. So if you're looking for an investment property, this is a great option just because you are close to the Beltline, MARTA, restaurants. You're close to a lot of other fun neighborhoods like Grant Park, Reynoldstown, and so on. So yeah, I'll keep going here, but just a super cute neighborhood. do you think about the collection of homes you're going to find here? They're pretty funky and cool, right? People here really kind of have pride in keeping things a little bit weird in this neighborhood. So if that feels like that's your vibe, definitely check into this neighborhood. Reach out to me. I would love to help you out. But one thing, you know, I just walked by one house that looks like a complete fixer-upper. If you're wondering how much does it cost to fix one of those up, well, I would say a fixer-upper around here, if it's on the smaller side, it would be in the $300K price range. Now, what are the regulations about fixing up a home here? Because this Cabbagetown is in a historic district. So I will say, like, you can do anything you want in the interior, you go right ahead. But if you're wanting to change some of the exterior, depending on what you're going to do, you may have to get some permission. So if you're wanting to make changes to the exterior that's visible from the street, we're talking like the siding, the windows, the front porch, or maybe the chimney, that could be up for consideration, special review from the historic committee here in Cabbagetown. Now, a lot of these homes, like if they have the old wood siding, if you want to replace that siding, you cannot just change it to like a vinyl siding, or it has to really be something that matches the historic look of this neighborhood. And basically any changes that you want to do, it needs to match the block's character and scale, materials, the setbacks and the heights of this neighborhood. So there you go. You can do some things. It's not quite as strict as other neighborhoods, but there are some guidelines to follow. Now, you may have noticed that as I've been walking around, you're seeing some Halloween decorations, because it is about that time of year. It is about Halloween time, and this is a beautiful fall day. And I will say I've seen a lot of residents out taking a walk with their friends, their dogs, a lot of people on their bikes. If you're wanting to have a bike in this neighborhood, this is a very doable spot because you have that Beltline access right there as well. So let me keep on going. I'm going to take you over to the green space that is here in Cabbagetown, and I'll talk about one of their fun parties that they host here every November. Welcome to Cabbagetown Park. This is the main green space that you're going to find here in the Cabbagetown neighborhood. It's a nice big green space. There is some playground equipment, a little bit on the older side, but this is going to be the main hub for when they do their annual Chomp and Stomp festival. It's it's like the first or second Saturday in November. You used to pay $5 for a spoon. Now you pay $10 for a spoon, and then you go and sample all the different chilies that are set up, and then it's like a competition. So think of it as a chili tasting cook-off and arts, crafts, and kind of like bluegrass music going on. But you're going to find this place will be filled with people, and just so many people come and populate this small little neighborhood. And I just stopped and got myself a nice little coffee break here. Right across the street from the park is Sweet Treats. Go check them out for all of your sweet tooth needs. They've got everything from pumpkin bread to cupcakes and cake pops and lots of different coffee options. So that's a cute little shop right there. Now, there is one other green space. I showed it kind of at the beginning of my video, just a couple glimpses. It's the Esther Peachy Laverve Park. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's a mouthful. But there is that little spot there right off of Wiley Street. But now I'm going to keep on going. I've got a couple more home examples. They're right next to each other. And then eventually I'm going to hit that Beltline. So stay tuned. my next home example, it is right behind me. This is a very cute bungalow style home here. This one sold for $755,000. It's a 2-2, just over 1,300 square feet. I think there was multiple offers on this one if I remember right, but it has high ceilings, renovated kitchen and baths. It even has like a little rental unit in the back of the house with a kitchenette. So I could see why someone might want to bid over someone else on this one, because you have that possibility for an income rental potential, or it could just be an office or something like that. But guys, if you're wanting like a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom home, those do exist here. They're just not any currently listed for sale that I can show you an example of. But I would say if it's a cute home that's renovated and it has that space, you're going to be looking in the 800, maybe that 900K price range. Prices definitely in the Cabbagetown area have gone up over the years, so you're definitely paying a high price per square foot to live in this neighborhood. But a lot of these homes will be renovated really cute, and you know, some of these old homes can still be a little bit quirky, but a lot of them have been renovated and they just have so much charm. All right, one final home example. It's right around the corner from that other one, and it's right behind me. Sorry guys, the sun is glaring today and it's hard to get a good shot of it, but this one was a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just over 1,800 square feet. It does get a parking spot here. It sold for $772,000. It has vaulted ceilings, a very open layout, granite countertops. The bedrooms are a decent size, and this one was actually built in 2010. It's not an old home. It's a relatively newer home, considering all the other homes here are built in the 1920s or something like that. But remember how I said, you know, with the historic district, if you're making changes to a home, it needs to fit in with the neighborhood. I would say they did a great job of making this home fit in with the character of all the other homes in the neighborhood. Now, if you're wondering about schools, what schools are zoned to this neighborhood? Well, you're going to have Parkside Elementary, you have Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School, and you have Maynard Jackson High School. So relatively good schools. Again, go look them up for yourself to make sure they meet what you qualify as a good school, because everyone's opinions are a little bit different. But I'm going around the corner here and I'm going to walk to the southern side of this neighborhood and show you what it looks like along Memorial, because Memorial, it's changing. It has changed a lot, but there are parts of it that looks a little not that great. But then as you get closer over to the eastern side by Reynoldstown, it's definitely changing. All right, so as you get to the south side of the border of Cabbagetown, you pop up on Memorial Drive, and I will say Memorial Drive is not very sightly right here, but don't be discouraged by that. Once you get a block into the Cabbagetown neighborhood, it's completely better. But Memorial Drive has changed so much. Now, I will say if you take Memorial Drive west through the edge of Cabbagetown, not so nice. But as you go east into the Reynoldstown neighborhood, my, has it changed, and there are tons of apartment complexes. There's some restaurants popping up, and you'll eventually get to what's called the Atlanta Dairies. This is like a mixed use property. I had more high hopes for it. Things have just kind of fizzled out. There was a restaurant there and a coffee shop. Those closed down, but hey, if you're looking for some commercial space, they've got some available there. There is a brewery there and a pizza shop, and then there's like a special events venue. In fact, when I was grabbing a clip there was a band there practicing for a show later on. So that is a great place to go and get some shows if you are into music and that kind of thing. And notice here on Memorial, there is a really nice dedicated bike lane. So if you like to ride your bike, you can pop on here, head down over into the Reynoldstown neighborhood, get on that Beltline that way. And also right around there are more restaurants in the Reynoldstown area with at the Madison Yards district, and there is a Publix there. And if you're wanting a Kroger, you could go just a little further south into Glenwood Park. There is a Kroger. So those are going to be your closest grocery stores. So very bikeable, walkable, If you want to know more about Reynoldstown and see everything there's a lot of coffee shops in Reynoldstown as well. Go check it out on my channel. But there you go. That's a quick glimpse of Memorial Drive. Again, it's not very sightly, but as you go east, it does get better. All right, I'm gonna head back up north into the northern end of the Cabbagetown area and hit up the Beltline and just show you how quickly you can connect onto it and get over into the popular Inman Park neighborhood, which has a lot of restaurants there off of the Beltline itself. And by the way, I have seen a couple different signs for lots for sale. So if you're interested in buying a lot and building, well, hit me up. I've spotted a few I could share with you. Okay, let me go over my pros and cons of living here in the Cabbagetown neighborhood. Now on my pro side, obviously this neighborhood is very, very walkable. You can walk to the Beltline, you can walk to some restaurants, you can hop on your bike and get to a grocery store pretty easily, and you're not too far away from a MARTA station. You're just over a mile away from the King Memorial MARTA station. It's also a very friendly community vibe that you're going to get here. I feel like it's a very low-key, chill kind of place. So if you're not one to get all fancy, I feel like this is just no one's trying to keep up with the Joneses kind of feel. So if you are into just a very chill, friendly neighborhood, this could be for you. Also, you're just going to find unmatched character and charm in the homes here. They are just something to be had, especially if you like historical homes. And finally, this can be a great investment potential in this neighborhood because I feel like home values tend to hold here. It's a very popular neighborhood to be in just because of its central location to a lot of other fun things. And again, you're close to that Beltline, which is kind of like oceanfront property. On my con side, obviously the homes are going to be smaller. Don't be expecting, you know, a 3,000 square foot home in Cabbagetown. That's just not going to happen. Also, you're going to have small lots, not a huge yard. So that's just something else to remember about this neighborhood. And you're going to have tight parking spaces or limited parking spaces in very cramped streets. There's a lot of one-ways in this neighborhood, by the way, and I still haven't figured them all out. And finally, there's just a lot of limited inventory. If you're wanting a home in here, you may have to wait and be patient because just not a lot of homes pop up for sale at any one time. A lot of people like living here and they don't leave. Okay, I am just a couple blocks away and I'm going to be right on the entrance to the Beltline. So let me show you what that's all about. Okay, so I am back here on Wiley Street, basically where I started my video out on, and I am at the intersection of the Krog Street and Wiley, and then once you cross over Wiley, it turns into Astoria Street. And right here on the corner is this hole-in-the-wall pub right here in Cabbagetown called Astoria. So if you're looking for a glass of beer and a patio on a nice day like today, that's where you can go and enjoy a beer. And then you can see like all these scooters, they are ready to be picked up and taken on for a ride on the Beltline. Have you guys ridden one of those scooters yet? I have not. I don't trust myself on one. I'm afraid I'm gonna just fall off and break an arm, so I haven't done one. But let me know if you have rode one, put it down in that comment section. But you guys, I'm gonna make my way over, or basically under the Krog Street Tunnel, and this is just one of those Atlanta landmarks that has been here. It looks a little freaky and weird because people will spray paint drawings and graffiti on there, and then people will just keep painting over it. But this is where the Beltline is, and it heads on the East Side Trail. If you keep going this way east, you're gonna hit Reynoldstown. And like I said, I'm gonna go under here and just show you how close you are to a lot of restaurants over in the Inman Park neighborhood. And welcome to the East Side Beltline. I wish I could show you this whole thing, but if you want to know more about the Beltline, I've got some videos on it on my channel. It's probably time for me to make an updated video on the Beltline, but I'm in the section here by Inman Park, and it's probably undoubtedly the most popular section just because there are so many restaurants. There's a boxing place here, tons of apartments around here. I feel like there's new stuff popping up here all the time. It's kind of hard to keep up, but yeah, you are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from all of this over in the Cabbagetown area. Literally just go under that Krog Street tunnel and bam, you are right here. And yeah, if you like to run or bike, it's so simple and easy here on this Beltline trail. You can make your way all the way up to Piedmont Park if you wanted to. It's about 2.2 miles from where I'm standing at right now. I will say riding your bike here on a super crowded day would be pretty hard because this trail will get packed. There you go, guys. That is my tour of the Cabbagetown neighborhood. What did you think? Do you like it? Yes, no? If you want more information, need help with your home search, reach out to me. That is the easiest thing to do. My contact information is down below. Would love to hear from you and hear where you are calling in from. But yeah, Cabbagetown is just a very chill vibe, very casual, eclectic, kind of quirky, and some cute, charming homes as well. So if there's anything I can do for you, reach out to me. If you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello. I would love to say thank you for watching. But you guys, until next time, I'll see you around the neighborhood.